Students always ask me what kind of paint they should buy, and I always recommend artist grade paint, and I'll show you why. I'm Jess Rice. I'm an art teacher, and beginners are my specialty. Paints come in a couple different varieties as well. Artist grade versus student grade. I wouldn't use student grade at all. I would stick to artist grade paints. You're going to get a much better painting right off the bat from using nice paints. The difference being, artist grade paints are made with more pigment and less filler. To make the student grade paints a little less expensive, they add less pigment and more filler. So I would leave these alone. I would just paint with your artist grade paints. With artist grade paints, you have a couple different choices. You can use paint in tubes, or you can use the pan versions. I prefer to use the paint that's in tubes. It's a little bit richer, it's a little bit wetter. As soon as you squeeze it out, it's nice and juicy to begin with. Paint that's in a pan is dried out a little bit, and it takes a little bit of time to reconstitute the paint in your pan. So you want to stick with nice tubes of paint. I've been painting with Daniel Smith paint, which is located in Seattle. I've been using that for the last 25 years. I know what the colors are going to do, I know what the colors are going to look like on my palette, and I know how they're going to mix with other colors on my paper. I'm also trying a new paint that's made here in Canada. This Tri-Art paint. It's just a little more earthy, a little bit thicker, but I'm really enjoying painting with it. So let's take a look to see how all these react, how they all differ. I'm going to start with a student grade. This is my student grade Phthalo blue. Put a little bit out here on my palette. Is watercolors. I take a little bit of water, mix up my color. Now this is student grade. There's not going to be as much pigment in it. That's my student grade paint. Let's take a look at using nice paint, but in a dried palette, in a pan. Here it takes a while to get your paint reconstituted. Get it nice and wet. And I pull that paint out. You can see it's not nearly as rich, even as my student grade. Now I'm going to move to my Daniel Smith paint. It's just a little bit richer, got a little bit more pigment in it. Even when you squirt it out onto your palette, you'll see that it's a lot thicker, it's got a lot more pigment in it. Even mixing it up here, I can see that there's a lot more pigment mixed in it. Same blue, Phthalo blue. Look how nice and rich that is. New paint I'm trying, Tri-Art. This is a beautiful paint. Pull a little bit out. Tri-Art paint I find is just a little bit heavier, just a little bit thicker. Mix it up. I'm going to pull it out here. Look how nice and rich that color is. That beautiful gradation. Beautiful. So again, student grade, paint that's dried in a pan, Daniel Smith artist grade, and Tri-Art artist grade paint. Big difference between all four of them. I would stick with these two. You're going to get much better results with your painting, and you're going to have much more successes right off the bat. You'll be much happier using artist grade paints.